Hey guys, how you doing? Can everybody hear me? Give me a shout out if you can't hear me, or if you can, I just want to make sure everything's working the way it should be. Okay, I'm gonna put my headphones on so I can hear everybody. Nobody to hear. It's just me. Just me. All right. Looking for someone to say hello. I see we got a couple of comments already. Let's go, Nikola from Costas. Boaz doesn't like my thumbnail, or maybe he does. I am a little crazed. Got so much stuff going on. There's so much stuff in the EV world going on, and so much silliness also. So, want to just talk about some of that. Sounds good. All right. Thank you, iMelt YT. Appreciate that. So, hello. We got Daniel's here. Hey, Daniel, good to see you again. Nikola Stocks is the least inflated EV stock. I agree with that. Everything seems to be overinflated. First name, last name, buying more now that it's $11 a share. You know, I was just talking to my producer about that. And, you know, that's a good price to buy at. I think it went up a bit with the hype with Rivian. No real reason except for the fact that we're seeing all these trucks come out. I mean, why would the stock go up because of that? But let's see. Tyler says, I'm pretty sure it's down because of Tumen selling. Tumen was selling. I didn't see anything on that, but sounds like it's possible. And hello, Tyler. You're Canada. We're in Canada, are you, Tyler? I was in Canada right before COVID hit. I was up in, what's that place? Vancouver. Went up there skiing like weeks before the whole COVID lockdown went crazy. So we got about 13 viewers on. Hey, better than nothing. I could be talking to myself. We're going to roll the video, and we're going to talk about a little bit of the construction, answer any questions. Hey, Mario, how you doing? And Glenn, you finally caught the live stream. Yeah, I've had a lot of technical issues trying to figure out how to live stream properly, and I finally figured out how to get this all scheduled. So, not that I'm proud of myself, because I was like pretty disappointed in myself that I couldn't get it working like it should. Alberta, it's the Texas of Canada. There's a lot of different ways you could take that. Is it big? Is it conservative? I mean, or you got a bunch of cowboys. All right, let's start the video here in a second. Let's get to this screen. Our typical little notice to viewers that we splash up there. So today out at the site, we're seeing more of the same stuff. There's progress being made. We're seeing the dyno shop, and I'm still hoping that that's the dyno shop. For all I know, it could be something else. Because it's apparent if you look around that some of the plans have changed. The parking lot doesn't look like the parking lot. I was told by someone a couple months ago that the dyno shop wasn't going in, and that may or may not be true. But it looks like the dyno shop is being built. But who knows? Maybe it's a hydrogen generating station. You never know. Look at that nice, cool shot of my Tesla overlooking the Nikola site. So we went flying today, and we saw more of the same. I know it's getting a little repetitive at times, but it is still good to see the progress since we get to watch these videos every day. We do that nice long flyover from the north side, and we did see today one Tre FCEV. It was at the hydrogen charging station, and you'll probably see it coming up here. It's on the screen, probably close to the point. You guys probably know where it's at. It's by the hydrogen filling station, and it had the cab over was open, and there was one guy running around there. There was a hose or two connected to this FCEV. I'm not sure if those are hydrogen hoses or if it was something else. It's hard to tell from this height, and it's hard to tell whether or not, I don't know how big a hydrogen hose is supposed to be, and you know how quickly are we talking like this? Is it like a 1 inch? Is it a 2 inch? A 3 inch? Obviously not a 3-inch. That's too big. But I can only assume that those were the lines that were filling up the hydrogen, but it also sat there for a while. And hydrogen is supposed to fill up much faster, so that is not necessarily a pumping station, and it wouldn't fill it up quite as quickly as you would at like a gas station where you have a pump that's actually pumping the gasoline. I'm not sure what kind of pump station is on this, or whether it's just released, or I don't know. Just have no idea. If somebody knows how this stuff works, speak up. I'd love to know. But that's clearly an FCEV. The cab was open and they're doing some work. There's the dyno foundation right there. And we're going to take a swing by that. And you can see that they're still working more on that rebar structure. You got to get all that built up. You can see they're still quite a few feet below ground level. So they've got a ways to go. But there are a couple guys out there doing their thing. Not the speediest progress. You know, a lot of people get spoiled watching the Tesla gigafactory construction, and you know, yeah, they got a lot of guys there and they're building very quick. Out here, it's not as many people, but it's according to plan. I've talked to people that it's just, you know, that's the rate that they're going. This isn't supposed to be done in 30 minutes, where they have so much to build in Texas, and there is so much going on there and so many different trades. Here we're doing a slow pan to the east and take a look at the dyno station. We still have that one item that's up here. Let's see if I can get the mouse over here. I still don't know what this is right here. It's got the Nikola symbol on there. It's on a gooseneck trailer, and it's been sitting there for a good month or so. But down here in the lower left, sliding over to the right, you can see the guys working down there, and you can see the rest of the foundation's been dug out. I assume they've got to get this finished before they're going to go ahead and start on the rest of this. Over here in the top left, you can see the north side of the building. Right where my mouse is moving around, there's going to be an entryway right here. They've got it all cut out for, it looks like another large garage door or bay door. I probably would call that a bay door. On the right, behind the tent, you can see where all the employees are parked at. We've counted a couple of times. We're looking at 150, 160 cars. We did do a flyover straight over the top. We haven't done one in a while. We used to do them on every visit, but once the roof got completed, it was kind of like, okay, it's more of the same. But you can see the roof decking is just about done. They've just got another row to go to finish that off. And I'll move my mouse up here. You can see the skylights up here are still covered in plywood right about here. They haven't put the opaque piece of plastic or whatever it is on yet. But up here you can see that they're mostly finished. We see a section right here is left empty. My guess is that the AC unit is going to go right there, because that's about the same spot if you looked directly to the right. And we can see the employee parking lot right here, still underway. Not much going along with that. Waiting for that to get its asphalt put in. I'm going to do a slow pan from the south to the north. You can see the white walls, and these are temporary walls because this is not going to be the final outside structure. But you can see those walls are all up, and they're just going to continue going to the north. Counted a crazy amount of man lifts out there today. Trying to look at this. We got one right here. We've got two right here. I'm looking at the other screen where it's bigger. That might be a third one. And then we've got a fourth one right here. Oh, look at that. Follow us on Twitter. Twitter is Bears Workshop. So if you want to follow us there, and we put out what we can when we say it. So let's see. Daniel, I am a part-time truck driver living in Missouri. I do make deliveries at Walmart and Casa Grande from time to time. I believe over the road will preferably use hydrogen because of weight and time is a huge factor. Mark Russell is okay in my book. All right. Well, he's okay in my book too. Never met the man. But, you know, he's not that other guy. So that's definitely an improvement. I agree with you, Daniel. I believe that for long hauls and for weight, hydrogen is going to be the way to go in the future. in the near future also. Again, we're going back to these man lifts. They're just showing up all over the place. You can see several of them inside the structure, several of them outside the structure, and there's more coming. Right about here is where they had those 6 areas that are going to have more of a reinforced foundation. I don't know what's going there yet. Haven't been able to figure that out, but we'll probably find out in the coming months. Hopefully we'll see something go in there before they seal off the walls, and then we won't get a view of that. And I got an always thank you bear. Oh, you're always welcome. We do this because it's fun, and we want to keep the world informed, and we have a unique opportunity to be able to do that. You can see here at the bottom of the screen, there's a lot of materials that have been gathered up. A lot of this stuff was delivered months ago, and it's been sitting out here, and I'm pretty sure it's going into this next phase right here. I don't know why it came so early, but it did. Sometimes logistics happen like that, and now it's just all sitting out there. Some of it's covered, some of it's not. Let's see. Hopefully I get a torn side. Yeah, that's from Dries or Dries. Sorry if I'm butchering the name. But yeah, I'm hoping to get a tour inside. All I can do is keep asking and pestering them about it. So we'll see what happens. It still is something that's possible. Okay, going back to this, we're still going. This is a slow pan, but you can see how many man lifts are out there. So they're going to keep building up whatever they got to take care of. And now we're flying back down south. You see all that? It was the roofing material that just flew by in the direction of my head. This is the employee parking lot right here. We're going to take a closer look at that in a minute. Up here on the left is going to be where the main entrance will be. And up here is where, this is a better shot. Up here is where the new construction entrance is. There's a sign at the front there that says, one sign says pointing for construction, like that way or that way. I don't remember which one it was. I think it's that way. And then the other one was for deliveries. That would be for like a truck bringing in supplies for production. And so construction guys go in another direction. And then eventually there'll be one that will be for the employees to go to their new parking lot. Speaking of which, here's the new parking lot. Now, what's interesting, I was looking at this today. All of this is graded, and it's got the little landscaping sections that were cordoned off. But up front here, there's really nothing. There almost doesn't even look like there's a place to pull in here. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with this section. We're going to have to wait and see. I don't know if there's going to be more parking here, or maybe they're going to landscape it with trees, or I don't know. Maybe they'll put a volleyball court. Let's see. Cater. Construction going on, but nothing inside, like a joke. I don't know how you'd see that if I can't say it. How do you know nothing's going on? There's stuff going on. We're seeing trucks rolling in. I don't think 150 people are driving to work and just sitting there playing volleyball. There's no volleyball court. They're doing work in there. Let's see, Tyler. How many cars do you think can park in that parking lot carved out there? I was talking to Riley about that last week, and I don't think there's enough spots for how many cars there are. So that's why I'm a little confused. Why? Where's the rest of the parking going to go? From the plans that I've seen, it's supposed to go just south of there, and that area was supposed to be landscaped, but they've obviously made some changes. So I don't think they have enough spots for 150 cars right there. But I also don't know with the border that they put around that triangle area where the cars are going, or what's supposed to go in there, because I only saw one opening through that whole thing, and that doesn't make all that much sense. Let's see, Magufo. Bear, how about we pay you up a trip to Turkey to put some hair up there? I'm not sure what that means. Turk-it? How about we pay you a trip to Turk-it to put some hair up there? I don't know what that means. Because I got plenty of hair. That's a full head of hair. Just pulled back. So, tell you what, I want to ask you guys a favor. We had a goal of reaching 10,000 subs this year. We are 9,100 and change. And we need probably about 23 or 24 a day until the end of the year to reach that 1,000. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, could you subscribe, please? I found out that 62% of our viewers of the last Nikola video were not subscribed. And a lot of these people are repeat people, but they're just getting notified. So if you guys could subscribe to the video, I would really appreciate it. And if you think you're subscribed, can you double check? Because YouTube has a habit of sometimes unsubscribing people. So if you guys could check and subscribe if you're not. If you're unsubscribed and you thought you were, please subscribe. And if you don't want to be subscribed, stay subscribed. Because it's just a personal goal. I get nothing out of it. I don't get any rewards or treats, except I get a pat on the back from my wife. She's going to say, good job, you got 10,000. I need those pats on the back. Going back to the video real quick, here's a view of the FCEV. You can see the cab over. And I don't know if everyone's familiar with cab overs, but it's usually like two handles. You pull one handle, you pull another handle, and the whole cab, the entire thing just goes up with a spring assist, and you can move the whole cab. And everything that you have on your seats and your lunch all goes forward. I've got a cab over on an Isuzu, and you always got to remember when you move everything off the seats before you open that up. Let's see, Talon Fortunato. Any chance you could do an arm pump video as their trucks drive by? I think truckers still like that kind of thing. Really curious what their horn sounds like. Of your flyovers. Thank you, Talon. You know, that is funny because when I was a kid, I used to do that. Me and my sisters, when my mom was driving around, we'd be like, eh, and the truckers would always do that. But I don't know about the horn. That's probably one of the most important features in this vehicle is the horn. And it better not sound like a 92 Honda Civic, because that would be embarrassing. Let's see. Mugufo, sure, I'm subscribing now. I'll bet you are. But it's pretty good percent. It is, but I'd still like more. I want to get to that 10,000. I wish I could help, but I'm already subscribed. Thank you, Dries. Let's see. Ellie says I'm subscribed. I got a dog named Ellie, but I don't want you to unsubscribe because I said that though, but I do. Magoofa, I think you can make a direct video when Trevor goes to court. You know what? Maybe we will. I don't have a problem with that because if he broke some laws, he needs to go to jail. But that's not what Nikola is about anymore. Nikola has gotten rid of Trevor. They fired him. I've heard that from the inside, is that he was actually fired even though he left in September of last year. No, he was fired and he's gone in new leadership. And it's not the same Nikola. Tyler, yes, that a boy from the wife is key. Yeah, it really is. I'm going to go ahead and go full screen now that this video is over. Because there's nothing to see there. So, let's see. Dries, do you think this area of the water campus could also be used for an electrolyzer? Let's take a look back at that. I think that was near the end. Let me bring that up back to you guys. So that's a pretty big area right there. And originally on the plans, the site plans, there was a hydrogen station set up right around that area. It always is possible. I'm not going to run off camera and grab the plans even though they're right there. But maybe I'll reach for it. Yeah, well, that's the Global Water Campus. Yeah, I keep them handy. I had these printed out from the, I went down to the town of Coolidge and I had them print this out for me. And up here, I know I could give this to you digitally. Up here, I'm going backwards, right here, that's building 700 and that says TBD on it. And 500, which is just south of it, that says Primary Electric Substation. That would be just south of this water tank right there. But I thought there was something that said hydrogen on one of these. I'll have to look at that offline and see if I could find out more information. But it definitely does look like something else goes there. Because if you're looking at this, all this generators and this other equipment, there's nothing right here. And it really looks like that'd be a great place for something else. Let's see, Idar. Thanks, Bear. It's great to see what you're doing. So greetings from Norway. Well, and greetings from Arizona. Thanks for joining us. Nikola does have an enormous 3D printer. The original plans, this was for third parties. Not sure what you mean. Angel, hello. Great job like always. Thank you, Angel. I appreciate it. Tyler, let's see. Nell in their quarter 3 2021 earnings call mentioned that they were making Nikola electrolyzers in quarter 4. Okay. Something to also follow up on. I'd have to look at that. Major changes, nothing new for startups. Bye, Trevor. Yes. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Let's see. Boaz, could you go into full screen when you show us? I'm not sure, but I can go back to full screen because we're just looking at the water campus. Don't care. Are you investing in Nikola? I have a very small handful of shares. I do not have anything. I phrased it this way once. I've lost more money in the casino in one night than I have tied up in Nikola shares, and I'm not that big of a gambler. So, Patrick Honors, hello, Patrick. Thanks for all you do, Bear, and keeping the positive light on Nikola. The employees on the front lines need more of it. Yes, they do. There's a lot of negativity out there in this world related to everything, and this is just one small section of negativity that maybe I can help make a little bit better. Angel, I wish I could buy more shares. Well, I guess that might be a money problem. I don't know, because you could buy them tomorrow morning if you wanted. Let's see. Ellie, thanks, Bear, for the flyovers. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Ellie. NEL is in for Nikola. It's a Norwegian company. I guess you'd be the person to talk to about that, since you're local. He means full screen when showing the site plans, like full screen on webcam. Okay. Yeah, let's just do a little shot of that. Let's go to this. Okay, so these are the plans that we have. You can see how the parking lot has changed here. We are currently in the blue section is being built right now. This is hard doing backwards. This is like not like a mirror because it goes the other way. So the pink right here is what's built. The blue is what's being built. And this green that's here and here will be phase 2, which should be starting early next year. Now up here, we've got the water campuses in blue, and these two pink buildings are a phase to be determined. Packing, administration. On one of these plans that I had, it might have been an older one, there was something about a hydrogen station. Let me double check this. Oh, you know what? I can't read any of this. Hydrogen storage. Okay, nobody look at me when I do this. Don't look at me. Yeah, okay. Right here. And this would be north of the building that hasn't gone up yet, in the green box right here. That says hydrogen storage on it. So So I don't know what we're going to have in the water campus, but we'll figure it out because we go out there all the time. Let's see. Fendi, great job, Bear. Now that you talk about shares, just out of curiosity, what other EVs do you own? As far as I know, you have Nikola, Lucid, Rivian, Tesla probably. I have small stakes in Nikola, a small amount in Lucid. I recently sold the majority of my shares. Rivian, I dumped all of my shares. The last bit that I had, I was able to sell at 161, which was the day that it just started plummeting. I had a feeling that the 170-ish was too much, and I got out of it. Tesla, got a handful of those, which still makes it worth a lot. I didn't get into it as nearly as good as other people did, but I've got a handful. Speaking of Tesla real quick, anybody hear the rumors about the 12-9 split and the logic behind it? I just think it's kind of funny because Elon likes to screw with people. And I'm not an Elon hater. I'm not a Tesla hater. I own 2 Teslas. I don't hate any of these people except for, I don't hate anybody. But I dislike what Trevor did because he kind of ruined what would have been a great company that now they're tarnished. So there was all sorts of just like different math numbers that people have been finding that all point back to 12-9, that a 5-for-1 split will be announced. And they had all these numbers backing it up because the last time there was a split, it was announced at a certain time on Twitter, which came out to whatever the day of the split was. I forget what it was numerically, but it was tweeted that we're going to do a split, and it was at the same time. There was a whole lengthy breakdown of it. It was pretty humorous at the very least, but now everyone's saying it's going to be 12-9. It's going to be 12-9. So that's going to be pretty funny to see if that happens. I also own some shares of NIO, the Chinese electric car company that does battery swaps. When you want to get a charge, you go to a location and they drop your battery down from below, and then they put another one in, and it takes like 5 or 10 minutes. So I don't think that's a great idea, but I still think it was kind of funny. And they're doing okay in China. I don't know if they'll stick with the battery swap as a long-term plan. I don't like swapping my propane tanks. I'm not going to swap my battery out because you never know what you're going to get. So I'm definitely not doing that. Angel, the stock market's crazy. BurgerFi shares are like $7 and they have a whole bunch of locations. I don't know what BurgerFi is. Bros, Dutch Bros, that's an interesting one to... that just is exploding. I've talked about that before. Not EV related unless you're driving your EV through the drive-through. But that's kind of a stretch for being EV related. Let's see. What do you think about what they are doing? You think they'll be successful? I think so. I may not have thought that as much in the beginning, but yeah, I think Nikola is going to be successful. Looking good with the glasses. Yeah, you know what? Those glasses are embarrassing. They remind me of my grandma, and I don't know. Makes me feel old every time I have to put them on. But this gray right here doesn't help either. Maybe I should get a sponsor by people who like wash that gray out of your beard. Let's see. The way some people worship Tesla stock is kind of scary. Not a Tesla hater. Yeah, I don't think anything needs to be worshipped. I do think that Elon Musk and Tesla and the companies that the products that they make are game changers for this planet. And some people think Elon is cocky. I don't. I just think he's kind of funny. JP Morgan was doing the lawsuit for like $164 million. And Elon Musk today threatened them, said, drop the lawsuit or I'm going to give you a bad Yelp review. You can't take everything in life too serious. And whether or not Tesla was in violation of a contract, I don't know. I'm not going to read that far into it. I don't care that much. Let the lawyers do their own little battle, and whatever it is. But you can't get all butthurt by different things that happen in life. You just got to keep moving on and not focus on that bad stuff. That's how you're going to make progress. Let's see. Fendi, thanks for your answer. I had some stocks in NIO, but I dumped all shares but one at $36. Keep yours for the long run. So I'm really the worst person in the world for asking for stock advice. The best way to do it is whatever I do the opposite. I've had a problem of putting in sell orders. Like Neo, I had a sell order in. It was at $50.50 a couple months ago, and I put in a sell order for $51. And in retrospect, I'm just like, I'm an idiot, because 50 cents a share, it's nothing. So it didn't go any higher. As soon as I put in my sell order, the stock dropped back into the 30s, and I just like, and I've done that before. I've done that numerous times, where I'll put in a sell order just $1, 50 cents more than what it is, and then that was it for the stock. It's just like I burst its bubble and I killed it. So if you want stock advice from me, ask me what I just tried to sell and didn't, because that's where it's going to be at. Let's see, Tyler, what do you mean by successful bear? Can you go into that a little bit? By the way, I love Elon and what he's doing to JP Morgan. Are we still talking about Nikola as far as being successful, Tyler? Because I get lost in my conversations. What do you think about what you're trying to do with Nikola shares? You know what? I didn't actually see the article about Tunham, and I saw something like, I saw right in the comments right before we started, I saw there was mention of it, but I couldn't find an article. Why do I think Nikola is going to be successful? For several reasons. One, I see them producing the trucks. Two, the mindset of what Trevor had and what they're actually doing is completely different now. Trevor was all over the place making false promises, things that there's no way that they would ever accomplish. It's kind of like this. Elon Musk put out a long-term goal for Tesla in the mid 2000s, right when they're starting off, and they said, we're going to build a very expensive car, we're going to make some profits, and we're going to use that to expand, and then we're going to make less expensive cars, and we're going to make less expensive cars, and then we'll expand out into different markets. And this was a long-term plan. And then you have someone like Trevor Milton. Well, we're going to make this truck, and then we're going to make this jet ski, and then we're going to make this Badger, and just trying to get involved in everything all at once when you haven't even developed the initial technology that you said you already have. You can't do that. You're gonna fall on your face. It's snake oil salesman, and I know the management now is completely different. Everything has changed as far as that goes. When Trevor left or got kicked, they buckled down. They focused on, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do these two trucks, and we're going to move forward. And if we're going to do something in the future, let's decide that in the future, not announce it this week. So I see the trucks coming out. I see different management. I've talked to people who are on the inside, and they're doing something in there. There's not a scam going on. They're building trucks. They're making progress. We see the trucks going down the road. Of course, you get a video from Nikola. It's not an unbiased source, but we've seen the trucks. We've seen them move. We've seen them move under their own power. So yeah, it's a real product. It exists. So I think there's a market for hydrogen trucks. There's a market also for battery trucks, and I'm talking semis. But those are going to be short range, and there's definitely a place for all of it. And you can't have one. You can't have Tesla make everything. Even if it's better, you still have to have someone else doing this. Otherwise, you're just going to get stagnant. You're not going to have improvements. I guess the camera now shifted away from Nikola. Maybe we can have a generic live commentary with you. Well, Fendi, Brian from My Tesla Weekend and I have started doing a streaming session on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific. So we will be back here tomorrow, and we'll just be chit-chatting. And we'll have Brian and I each bring in about 5 topics, and we'll talk about that, and we'll talk to people in the chat and just kind of go from there. See what we can come up with, and see what we can say, and talk, answer people's questions. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's see. David Sanders, notice they can't produce enough trucks. However, I'm super bullish on hydrogen. Well, I've looked at the site plans, and they've got this thing planned out. They will have full automation. In those site plans that I was showing a little earlier, they've even got a paint factory in there already. So they've got a lot of this developed, maybe not down to the last detail, and things always change, but I know that they've got some pretty ambitious plans. All they got to do is build a factory, and they don't need as much money as, say, Tesla or Rivian does, because they're not building that type of factory that's going to be that large. Something like a paint shop is not even imperative at the beginning, because these are kits that are coming from Iveco, and they can come with paint already. Let's see. I'm just nervous I can't produce enough trucks. That was David Sanders. And then David said, I just talked to my neighbor who works for Peterbilt. He said they make 200 trucks a month. Yeah, and that's, it doesn't seem like a lot. And the goal here at the Nikola site is to do, I think it was 30,000 when they're fully built out. That's several thousand trucks a month. So it remains to be seen if that's actually going to happen. I hope it does. Let's see. Glenn Phillips, I think Nikola is absolutely on the right track. They have a growing, extensive list of partners. Hydrogen infrastructure plan is awesome by itself. Agreed. Miguel, hola amigo, and I think you said your hello friend. You're in Spain. Did I get that right? Saludo, isn't that greetings or something? Okay. Let's see. Tyler's talking to Glenn about TC Energy, and that's a good partnership right there. And Tyler's told me that they are a very serious company, and he's stating it again. Let's see. Yeah, 2030, 2035, Glenn, it's going to be a different world out there as far as vehicles, because even the diehards are going to be clinging on to their 77 Ford F-100. Let's see. Don't care. I don't see much orders for the BEV. I think there's going to be plenty of them when people realize how well that they work in places like ports and short haul deliveries. There's going to be a lot of use for them. Yes, these. Hello, David. You are amazing. So, hey guys, we're starting to run a little bit long here. You guys got any other questions? If not, we're going to call it shortly. And remember, we're going to be back online tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific. Me and Brian, we're going to have our topics. If anyone has a topic maybe that they want me to bring up, just go ahead and shoot it to me somehow, either through Twitter at Bears Workshop. You can find my Facebook page, there's links for it all over the place. And or maybe leave a comment on this video of something you want to see or talk about, and Brian and I will have a little chit chat about it. So I still got about 2 more topics I get to add to tomorrow's stuff. So anybody else got anything? I'm just trying to look past the microphone so I can see the chat. That's why I keep doing that. Let's see. David, I just bought TRP TC Energy stock today. I will have to look into that. Is that different than TC Energy, or is that the same? Delivery date. Sayanaya, are you asking for a delivery date on Nikola? And if so, there's supposed to be some deliveries possibly before the end of this year, up to 25. Stock split. Thanks, Barrett. See you tomorrow. All right, Glenn, we'll see you tomorrow. So if anybody doesn't have any other questions, I want to thank everybody for being here. I appreciate you guys showing up. This is probably our best turnout since, so that's pretty exciting for me. Tomorrow, 4 p.m., same place, YouTube, with Brian, and we'll be doing fast charging with B&B.